Good morning, everybody. As you know, from today onwards, we are starting the online lectures. First of all, I want to congratulate all the students who have cleared first year and entered into the second year. Hope all the students had been registered to this semester. If anyone remained, please do register within the prescribed limit of the registration. In this semester, we will conduct online classes by using Zoom app as well as like platforms like video lectures through the YouTube channels, as well as we will share the PPTs, notes through the WhatsApp groups. याच्यामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना बऱ्याच अडचणी वगैरे येतील, पण आपण जास्तीत जास्त प्रयत्न करू जेणेकरून विद्यार्थ्यांना आम्ही जे काय शिकवतोय ते व्यवस्थित समजावं. व्हिडिओ लेक्चर तर आपण घेऊच, पण व्हिडिओ लेक्चर झाल्यानंतर आम्ही झूम ॲप थ्रू सेशन्स घेऊ. त्यामध्ये तुम्ही तुमच्या क्वेरी शंका विचारू शकता किंवा डायरेक्ट झूम ॲपवरून पण आपण लेक्चर घेऊ. पण झूम ॲपमध्ये थोडे प्रॉब्लेम येतात की बऱ्याच वेळेस झूम ॲपमध्ये प्रेझेंट स्टुडंटची खूप कमी असते. त्याच्यानंतर जर नेटला प्रॉब्लेम असेल तर ऑडिओ क्वालिटी व्हिडिओ क्वालिटी याच्यामध्ये खूप प्रॉब्लेम्स येतो. आपण व्हिडिओ लेक्चर्स तयार करतो त्याच्यामध्ये एक फायदा तुम्हाला होईल की व्हिडिओ लेक्चर्स आम्ही ज्यावेळेस घेणार आहात आम्ही अपलोड करू मूडलवर आणि तुम्ही कधीही डाउनलोड करू शकता. ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला रेंज असेल त्यावेळेस इझिली डाउनलोड करू शकता आणि डाउनलोड केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला वेळ असेल त्यावेळेस तुम्ही तो पाहू शकता विदाऊट डिस्टर्बन्स. आणि डिस्टर्बन्स कसला त्यात त्रास वगैरे होणार नाही. आपण जास्तीत जास्त प्रयत्न करू. तुम्ही देखील सहकार्य करा. तुमच्या काही शंका असतील तर तुम्ही फोनवरून परत विचारा. प्रत्येक सब्जेक्ट टीचरला विचारा. तुमच्या जे काही क्वेरीज असतील काय असतील सगळे तुम्हाला क्वेरीज तुमच्या वगैरे सॅटिस्फाय करतो. ओके. That my subject is food chemistry of micronutrient. Earlier, we have studied food chemistry of macronutrient in last semester. You already know the definition of the food chemistry as well as the importance of the food chemistry. The definition of food chemistry is nothing but the branch of food science and technology which deals with the study of the composition of the food as well as different chemical changes occurs in the components of the food during the different stages of the manufacturing as well as different stages of the storage. By using different analytical techniques, you have to know the composition of the food. You have to understand the various characteristics of different components of that food. By this, you will know the characteristics of the food. That is very important in food science and technology. If you know the composition of food, then you will predict the shelf life of that food. When you understood the composition of that food, you will understood the characteristics of the food. म्हणजे जेव्हा तुम्ही त्याचे कंपोजिशन किंवा कंपोनेंट्स त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे हे समजावून घ्याल त्यावेळेस त्या फूडची प्रॉपर्टी कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक तुमच्या लक्षात येते. Once you understood their properties, you can predict the behavior of that food material during the various conditions of manufacturing as well as storage. म्हणजे कसं असतं की एकदा तुम्ही त्या फूडला समजावून घेतलं तर त्यानंतर तुम्ही प्रेडिक्ट करू शकताय त्या फूडची शेल्फ लाईफ किती असणार आहे. जसं की फूड कॉम्पोजिशन तुम्ही समजावून घेतलं तर तुम्हाला समजेल की मॉइश्चरचं पर्सेंटेज किती आहे. मॉइश्चरचं पर्सेंटेज समजलं तर तुम्हाला काय समजेल वॉटर ऍक्टिव्हिटी किती आहे. वॉटर ऍक्टिव्हिटी किती आहे समजलं तर तुम्हाला त्याची शेल्फ लाईफ काढता येते. आणि त्यामध्ये कोणकोणते कंपाऊंड आहेत. समजा प्रोटीन जास्त आहे तर प्रोटिओलायटिक बॅक्टेरिया विल स्पॉइल दॅट फूड. समजा त्यामध्ये लिक्विड जास्त आहे तर बरोबर ना तर लिपोलायटिक बॅक्टेरिया विल स्पॉइल दॅट फूड. Likewise, you can predict and accordingly you can use different preservative techniques. If you know the food, if you know the characteristics of the food, if you know the composition of the food, you can use different type of manufacturing techniques as well as different type of preservative methods to increase the shelf life of that food. So this is the importance of food chemistry. If you apply anything for the food, before that you should know the food. And for knowing that food you have to use different type of analytical techniques. Then only you will come to know the composition of the food. Then you will come to know the different characteristics of that components. This is the importance of food chemistry. Right now our subject is food chemistry of micronutrients. You know what is nutrients? Nutrients mean the components of the food which provide nourishment to our body. Earlier we have studied food chemistry of macronutrients. Macronutrients mean those nutrients which required in large quantity to our body. as well as micronutrients. What is the meaning of micronutrients? Micronutrients means those nutrients which require in very small quantity to our body. Though they require in very small quantity, they are very important. And these micronutrients includes mainly vitamins and minerals, as well as different type of food color, different type of food flavors. If you undergo the syllabus of food chemistry of micronutrients, it includes, I will broadly describe the syllabus. It includes chemistry of food flavors, food colorants, food flavorants, food toxicology, nutraceutical in food, such type of. Right now, we will start from the food flavor. फूड फ्लेवर पासून आपण चालू करू. पहिलंच युनिट आहे केमिस्ट्री ऑफ फूड फ्लेवर. You have to understand the meaning of food flavor. The moment you heard flavor, many people thinks that the smell of the food. The smell of the food is not only the flavor of the food, it is the part of the flavor of the food. We can define the flavor like it is the integrated perception created in our mind or in our body due to the interaction between all our contributed senses like sight, smell, feeling, sound, and taste with the components of the food. Flavor results. Different type of flavoring components present in the food. These flavoring components are classified into the two categories. One is the flavoring components which is responsible for the taste. Another is the flavoring components which is responsible for the odor. There are some flavoring components which are responsible for both taste and odor. The flavoring components which are responsible for taste only are generally non-volatile. That flavoring components only react with the taste buds present or located on the tongue. And the flavoring components which are responsible are for odor that are volatile. That flavoring components are react with the olfactory tissues present in the nasal cavities and create sensation or perception of the smell. The flavoring components which are responsible for the taste. These flavoring components reacts with the taste bud present on the tongue as well as that taste buds are present on the back of the oral cavity. This interaction of these taste buds and the flavoring components leads to creation of such sensations which such perception or sensation which will enables humans to sense the sweetness, saltiness, bitterness or sourness. This sweet taste, the taste buds which are responsible for the sweet taste are located at the tip of the tongue. The taste buds which are responsible for sour and salty taste are located at the both sides of the tongue. While the taste buds which are responsible for the sensation of bitterness are located at the back of the oral cavity and at the back side of the tongue. At the same time, the flavoring components which are responsible for odor reacts or interacts with the specialized olfactory epithelial cells, and this interaction leads to creation of the perception which enables humans to sense various type of flavor with different type of intensity. There are four basic tastes: sweet taste, salty, bitterness, and sour taste. Initially, these are the four basic tastes. But nowadays, there is another fifth taste is considered, which is called as umami. Umami is a Japanese word. The meaning of umami is a meat-like flavor, or souriness. Meat-like flavor. It is generally uh, it is used as a flavor enhancer. It enhances other flavors. If we study the different components of the food which are responsible to create different type of sensation of different tastes. For example, the components responsible for the sweet taste. You will observe the similarity in the molecular formula as well as similarity or in their chemical structure. For example, sugars, monosaccharides are responsible for the sweetness. At the same time, For salty taste, minerals are responsible. And for bitter taste, polyphenolic components creates bitter taste. And sour taste, acids are responsible for creation of sour taste. So the chemistry of this taste is a very complex thing. For example, glucose and fructose are structural isomers. They have same molecular formula but difference in their structure. They have different functional groups, which creates difference in their sweetness. Fructose is far more sweet than glucose. It is 1.8 times sweeter than glucose. These four basic states are associated with the neural response of the taste buds, that is sweetness, saltiness, sourness, and bitterness. But there is another sensation called as astringency, which is not associated with the neural response. Astringency is due to the tannin. This tannins causes dehydration on the tongue, and this astringency is desirable in some products like in tea. Astringency is desirable. For example, wine. In wine, bitterness and astringency is a desirable taste. Like other compounds found in several spices and vegetables cause characteristics hot, sharp, and sensations that are known collectively as a pungency. Some pungent principles, such as those found in chili, peppers, black pepper, and ginger, are not volatile and exert their effects on oral tissues. Other spices and vegetables contain pungent principles that are somewhat volatile and produce both pungency and characteristic aromas. These include mustard, horseradish, vegetable radishes, onions, garlic, and the aromatic spice, clove, which contains eugenol as the active component. Similarly, cooling sensations occurs when certain chemicals contact the nasal or oral cavity, oral tissues, and stimulate a specific response, which will leads to coolness, sensation of coolness. Several components are responsible for creation of coolness, but most commonly menthol is used for this uh, cooling sensation. The trigeminal senses, which detects chemical irritants in mouth and throat, as well as temperature and texture, is also important for flavor perception. And the components which are responsible for the creation of the specific type of flavors, when that type of components are added in the certain substances, then that components alters the flavor of that original substances is called as a flavorant. In food industry, these flavoring compounds or flavorants are very important. These flavoring components are broadly categorized under three categories. First is natural flavoring substances. Second is nature identical flavoring substances, and third is artificial flavoring substances. Natural flavoring substances can be described as the substances which are extracted naturally from the natural source of plant and animal kingdom, and that not further chemically changed or modified. For example, a vanilla extract is a natural flavor. On the other hand, nature identical flavoring substances can be described as the flavoring substances which are chemically identical to natural flavoring substances but which are not obtained from natural source. They are obtained by the chemical sources or chemically modified natural substances. For example, vanillin. Vanillin is identical to vanilla, identical flavor to vanilla, but it is not extracted from the vanilla pods. And third is artificial flavoring substances. Artificial flavoring substances are obtained by the chemical processes or chemical synthesis or chemical modification of natural substances or natural flavors, but which are not naturally present in natural products. There are a few another terms which are related with flavorants. What is flavoring preparation? Flavoring preparation is a product of natural origin, but which is not highly purified. For example, concentrated apple juice, which is a natural flavoring preparation. Another is a processed flavorings. Processed flavorings means these are the substances, flavoring substances formed after processing of natural substances. For example, caramel flavor. Caramel flavor is formed after heating of the sugar. Another is smoke flavoring, means smoke extracts used in traditional foodstuff smoking processes. These are obtained by collecting the smoke in the liquids into fluid, which can be applied in different production processes. So due to high cost of the natural flavors, unavailability of the natural flavors, commercially most commonly nature identical flavors and substances are used, which means they are identical chemically to the natural flavoring substances, but they are not extracted naturally from natural substances. It has been suggested that artificial flavors may be safer to consume than the natural flavors due to the standards of purity and mixtures consistency that are enforced either by the company or by the law. The natural flavor extracts contains traces of hydrogen cyanide, a deadly poison evolved by plants to protect their seeds from insects. Sometimes there are anti-nutritional factors present in the natural flavoring substances. So nature identical substances which are chemically synthesized or chemically processed, which are chemically similar to natural flavorings and they are pure, are most commonly prepared in the industries. Here is the list of the known natural identical flavoring agents. For example, diacetyl, which is responsible for the buttery flavor, isoamyl acetate, which is responsible for the flavor of banana, benzaldehyde, which is responsible for the bitter almond, cinnamic aldehyde, which is responsible for cinnamon, ethyl propionate, which is responsible for the fruity flavor, methyl anthranilate, which is responsible for grape, limonene, which is responsible for orange, ethyl maltol, which is responsible for sugar or cotton candy, ethyl vanillin, which is responsible for the flavor of vanilla, methyl salicylate, which is responsible for winter green. Color is also important component which is contributes to flavor. Colors are associated with certain taste and certain flavor. For example, red color is associated with the taste of the red cherry, as well as bright yellow color is associated with the flavor and taste of the mango, as well as orange color is associated with the lemon and flavor. Likewise, while seeing, sight is the sense which contributes in the creation of the perception of the flavor. Means while if you observe the color of the food at that time, there will be influence in your mind about its taste and its flavor. Here I am describing certain components which are responsible for the sour taste. Previously, I have explained that acids are mostly responsible for creating the sour taste or for creating the sensation of the sour taste. For example, acetic acid gives vinegar its sour taste and distinctive smell. Ascorbic acid found in oranges and green peppers and gives a crisp, slightly sour taste, better known as the vitamin C. Citric acid found in citrus fruits and gives them their sour taste. Fumaric acid, which is not found in fruits, used as a substitute for citric and tartaric acid. Lactic acid, found in various milk or fermented products and give them a rich tartness. Malic acid, found in apple and gives them their sour taste. Phosphoric acid, used in all cola drinks to give an acid taste. While tartaric acid, found in grapes and gives bitter taste to wines